Good pup. Good pup.
Genius idea was it to throw away the key?
Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. You know, let's just let the car do the talking itself. What you're left with after buying a car, after everything wears off, is, does it get you from point A to point B, or does it get it to your priorities? Are you prioritizing fuel economy? Are you prioritizing comfort? Are you prioritizing speed or practicality? You know, all these factors that in the end, that's what's important about. Hey everyone. So it's been about 6 months since we picked up the 2022 Audi S4. You guys know the story of this car. Certified pre-owned. Put about 9,000 miles on it, a little over 6 months. So I thought it'd be a good time to talk about the car. We've moved, we're in Pennsylvania. And, you know, I'm gonna kind of give my 6-month review impressions on the car. Now I've had some seat time with the car, we'll kind of discuss more about it. So, looking around, blue, we know this. It's very sharp color. You can see the red brakes from the Sport S package. You can hear the Sport exhaust resonator. It gives it a little bit more of a rumble, but the exhaust is upgraded from the factory as well. Black optics package, blacks out the badge. S4. So as you can see, this is an owned car because there's lots of gubbins in the back. You know, got some car stuff, all that good things, wipes, trash. Is that leaking oil? Leaking oil, oh jeez, oh jeez. This is a sedan. You can see the red seats from the back here. Got some of my tools for the car, but good amount of space underneath. This is like kind of annoying over here. It's part of the spare tire kit. I need to move that somewhere, but spare tire underneath there. There's probably a space in there, but I'm too lazy to figure it out. These are upgraded 19-inch wheels. I put these all seasons on there. 225, 35, R19, so 19-inch wheels. Pretty thin sidewall. I've had to I've had to remove nails from the car, 15 bucks each, but no flats. Overall, a little bit rough over the bumps, but not too bad. Car's dampers are tuned very soft. A little bit dirty. See all the bugs on the front. We've been driving this around a lot. Black optics package, blacks out the badge on the front, as well as the grille. I think that's side flow stuff too. 4-door sedan. What's the space behind me? Nice red interior back here, very clean. Nobody ever sits back here. Sitting behind my seating position. Wow, I'm never actually really back here that much. Do have to duck your head a little bit, and with the hat on, got an inch or two of headroom, but I can definitely lean back here. 5'10", got about 6 inches of room. Back here, climate control, 2 USBs, soft touch material, leather, you know all this Alcantara right here. This is that carbon interior package. Adds these accents here. Red leather, Superman spec. Center cup holders that are a little bit odd to function, but gets the job done. Got a sunroof. Interior's held up pretty well. There's some black, piano black right here. Gets a little bit of smudges on it, biohazard materials, but I wish they put this here as well, or maybe just one piece, because this doesn't really get many scratches or fingerprints on it. You got these nice sports seats with the massage functionality. Good amount of bolstering, nothing to drive you crazy. Red stitching on the doors, very nice. Bang & Olufsen sound system. Heated seats, heated steering wheel. Everything you expect from a luxury car that costs $65,000 new. As we know, this didn't come with lane centering, but I did some stuff that made the lane keeping a little bit more tighter in the tolerances. So that fixed that, but it does come with adaptive cruise control. and a bunch of other features. So obviously good to have a four-door sedan, but I don't really use much space back here as a single guy. We do have a dog now, as you saw in the beginning. So he'll probably eventually go back here in like a little net, but yeah. Take one last look around. Parked next to Nicole's car, you can kind of see the size difference in height. Obviously mid-size-ish smaller as three-row SUV versus a compact four-door sedan. And I'll kind of talk about that as the compact four-door sedan. You know, the segment is dying in sedans in general. I think compacts are doing better than full-size and mid-size because they're a little bit more fun, a little more chuckable, a little bit more attainable. So the Audi S4, in terms of the three Germans, which is obviously the easy comparison, the car is comfortable, it's got speed in a straight line. You know, to be honest, this car is sporty. You know, I was more excited in the beginning to own it because of that, because I never owned a sporty car. But I definitely say it's more of a luxury cruiser, gets great gas mileage, average 32.2 going in and out of the city, 25 long-term from a 3-liter V6. As a daily driver, you kind of forget that you're in this kind of car because it is really comfortable. The sound system is great. The infotainment does what you need to. You can, you know, look at your reverse 360 camera, a bunch of other different views. There's nothing really special about this car other than that you're kind of running out of cars that make rowdy noises. The interior is very elegant. I think it's aged well with the physical controls. And all the hard buttons for drive modes. You still get, like, you know, fog and auto high beams. You can change the center gauge and center screen display brightness. This screen, while not as customizable as maybe some newer competitors, it's still very fast, has all the information you'd ever need. So right off the bat, turn off start stop. Just kind of a stupid feature that I've not really seen any MPG gains. But I really enjoy the smoothness of this car. There are some stuttery shifts when you first start it up and warming up, but since I was sitting and I was talking, the transmission oil has reached a better temperature. But steering is very light, has good amount of weight to it, but you know, you're not really feeling much of the road. Ride comfort doesn't really change between the different modes, between comfort, auto, dynamic, individual, which I set it to. I make the steering a little bit lighter and the suspension a little bit firmer. But we're just on a road trip to Pittsburgh. We've also, you know, I've driven into the city a couple times from Pennsylvania, as well as back and forth from Nicole's old place in New Jersey. And this car reminds me why, you know, people get cars and you kind of forget about spec sheets and 0 to 60 times, braking performance, MPGs, when you're just out there cruising. When you're sitting on the highway, 70, 80 miles per hour, however you drive. Obviously, some cars are better than MPGs. Some cars might have less wind noise, less road noise. Some might have better suspension than the other, manual, automatic, all the factors. But in the end, you're just in a car and you're going. You're just going. And this car does a good job of making you forget that it has 350 horsepower. The exhaust makes some pops and bangs on the overrun, on the shifts, on the downshifts, all that good stuff. Because you really can kind of forget that you're driving a sporty car in this. And I think that's a good thing of the car. But it's, you know, it just doesn't make it very special. You know, you can munch miles in this. I talk about that on a lot of cars, but you really can munch miles in this car just as much as any, you know, like the Lexus RX or the Mercedes-Benz that I've driven, or, you know, that Jetta, any of the cars. It's not beating you up. It gets good fuel economy. But, you know, that kind of is my summary on this car. It's you know, it's a great car. around some of these twisties. You can definitely feel it's, you know, it's trying to put its power down around the corner. I can feel the weight of the engine on the front, but it's easy to drive, and it's comfortable, makes a good noise, especially on startup. Is it the best in the class? No. Is it refined and comfortable? Yes. And will do what most people need, sitting in traffic, you know, kicking themselves with, you know, stop and go, and as their kids are diarrheaing in the back and the dog's trying to jump out the window and your passengers are nagging you, which radio station to play? Absolutely. You can spend all your time in this car doing that, and you'll forget what it is and what it's trying, you know, what it may or may not be trying to be. And, you know, I could talk about reliability, maintenance costs, and all that. That's, you know, that's a very tangible thing. Obviously, I've only owned it for 8,000 miles. I've had some couple oil changes, had a couple warranty inspections for little things that honestly probably could have avoided. But, you know, subjectively, like obviously around that corner, I can feel the weight of the engine bringing me out of the curve. Off power, on power, it definitely spin me around more, but I'm not really that kind of driver, I guess. You know, will I stick with the Audi forever? Probably not, based on my track record. We all know how many cars I've bought in the past couple of years. When you're driving in stop and go traffic or on the highway, and you're not being an asshole, being a jerk, and, you know, slamming, you know, ripping it out of every stoplight, killing your MPG. You know, when you're just sitting here driving, going to work, going to the grocery store, going to mom and dad's, going to the beach, and, you know, you're just using the car for an A and a B. That's what it is. It's an A and a B. And this car does a good job of showing that, you know, 50 to, let's say, 75 on the high-end price range. There's not really much else that could push you into a different car. You could maybe go to a BMW, get a little bit more better driving dynamics, but you might sacrifice some comfort, you might not. You know, I was talking with one of my friends, and he just picked up an X3M, and he's very happy about that car. And it's right now used in about the same price range of what this car is. And he said there's nothing that would really push me to get a different car other than something that costs $100,000, which to me, I don't think I'm ever going to spend that much on a car. That's just such a good point. There's so many cars in different segments and different price ranges that there's no real reason to go to another car. Yeah, like, that's fun to do and all that, but I don't really do it too much because I don't think this car really eggs me on. So what you're left with after buying a car, after everything wears off, is, does it get you from point A to point B, or does it get it to your priorities? Are you prioritizing fuel economy? Are you prioritizing comfort? Are you prioritizing speed or practicality? You know, all these factors that in the end, that's what's important about a car. You know, let's just let the car do the talking itself. We're at the stoplight. I'm gonna merge onto this highway. Traction control's off. So thank you for watching. Hope everyone enjoyed. Give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.